Hello, it's Stuart, the Unrepentant Atheist, and back again with another clip from the Atheist Experience that went out on the 12th of February 2023. And I listened to the show this afternoon while I was working. So I wasn't really watching it as such, but just listening in the background and making some notes on which calls I wanted to cover. And the kind of work that I do, it's fairly automatic, so I can listen to what's going on and work at the same time. But one thing that did confuse me a bit is that when I initially turned on the Atheist Experience and I saw who was hosting, I didn't recognize either of the hosts. And Phoebe Rose, I don't think I've heard her talking before. So one thing that did confuse me is that while I was listening, all I could hear were the voices of two men, or at least what I thought were two men. So I was not aware that Phoebe, I assume, is a transsexual. I wasn't aware of that. So we've got a call that they took, which after listening to it, I felt that they should have dropped it way before certain things started being said. So let's go with it then and see what this guy's got to say.
I fell down and I was pretty much in the spiritual body, and I pretty much realized that the only thing that matters in this world is how much you loved and how much you showed you love, and that's it.
That's it, is it? So, trying to prevent people from murdering innocent victims, that doesn't matter. All that matters is to love and show how much you can love. Nothing else matters. Strange.
Nothing else matters. And it's from
your original, Tim, I'm going to stop you. Tim, hang on. Tim, I'm going to stop you right here. You said, why don't I want to be free? Why don't I want to be free? In the screen notes, you've said, why don't I want to be free? I consider myself more free now than I've ever been in my entire life. Somebody who has deconstructed and looked at my own... Yeah, but why am I... But tell me why I'm no longer somebody who is free, or I am giving up freedom. Tell me why I'm giving up freedom.
I would say because you are trying to go against the way God created you.
But I no longer believe that...
I don't think that the Atheist Experience, frankly, is the right platform for a trans woman to feel or to have to defend herself, her identity against bigots who are calling in. So I personally think that this call should have been dropped. And I mean, even if he's saying that you're going against the way that God created you, trans people, from what I understand, you get almost, it's like being a female inside a man's body. So God's created you that way and you've got to deal with it. So he's not really even being reasonable there, because if God's created somebody who is going to be a trans female, that's how they've been created, if you go along with intelligent design and everything.
That there is a God or a deity controlling me. I believe that control was a form of lack of freedom. I believe that now I'm looking at myself and I'm now convinced that I'm in control of myself, that I am now free to make my own decisions. I'm free to live my life as I choose to live my life. And therefore, that is my form of freedom. And I feel that I'm now free from the control of going to a synagogue on a Friday on a regular basis, going through all these individual rituals that I was doing. And I'm now choosing what I do myself. How am I now less free that I am now choosing to do something different? How does that make me less free?
I don't know what to say to you. I can't judge you. There's only one God.
But you've made a claim.
That's Jesus Christ.
It's funny how Christians, they all say, "Oh, well, look, I'm not the one who's going to judge you, but my God is. And when he does judge you, you better watch out."
Why do you deny him?
Because I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, there are two issues here. One is that he's accused her of going against the way that God created her. In other words, by being a trans woman, and now he's moved on to, you as an atheist, you're denying God.
any convincing evidence that this god or deity or god.
But I somehow get the feeling that he's going to come back to the first issue.
Gods, for example, exist, because how can it be?
Okay.
Hang on,
I've had it since I was trying to testify, but you stopped me.
Okay.
You already testified. Of course, I didn't include it in this clip, but he's already testified that he was doing pull-ups in his room, and he had this realization about love, and that's all that matters.
Okay, what is your evidence? In 60 seconds, crew, could we put the clock up in 60 seconds?
As they say, as other people have commented on my channel, there's no hate like Christian love.
Tell me. Go.
Okay, I was trying to testify. 60 seconds. I went into
This guy's a loose cannon. He's liable to say virtually anything.
Spiritual body. I understood that the only thing that mattered in this whole life is how much you loved and how much you showed how to
Okay, you already said that. Get on to something new.
love. None of this shit matters. If you want to pretend to be a pervert, you know, you could be a pervert, but you're going to
Told you, didn't I? I told you he's a loose cannon.
have to answer in the end.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. If you're going to start calling, if you're going to start casting aspersions, I'm going to mute you there, because I'm not going to listen to aspersions be cast upon.
Well, it's not just casting aspersions. He's, I mean, he's called her. He's not just called her, but he's more or less saying that all trans people are pretending to be perverts.
Upon myself here, and you make wild claims as you do. I'm going to unmute you in a second, and if you make any more comments about being a pervert, I'm just going to drop you without.
Well, I mean, he should have already been dropped. You know, it's like I mean, if somebody punches you in the face, and you say, if you punch me again, I'm not going to be your friend.
Any warning. So that's your one and only warning.
Okay, well, we're not going to waste any more time on this. I can't remember how the call ended, but you know, I feel that that got out of hand, and that shouldn't have happened. And this guy was just so offensive. I think the first time when he said you're going against the way that God creates you, the show is not really for debates and bigots coming on and forcing trans people to defend themselves. It's not about that. When he moved to that, he should have been got rid of. They've let it go on, and we've got this unpleasant situation now where he's saying that effectively that all trans people are pretending to be perverts. I'm not really quite sure what that means, but it sounds offensive to me. Okay, well, that's all for now from this clip. I'll be back again with some more. There were some good ones on the Atheist Experience this week. Let me know what you thought of that. You know, do you think they went too far? Do you think that with more experience, Phoebe would have just dropped this call, or somebody else should have dropped the call before this happened? So, okay, I'll be back again soon. Thanks for watching.